Hello everyone. Welcome to a wind down yoga flow. So whether you are winding down for the evening and you're getting ready for sleep, or you're winding down from perhaps some big event or some big thing that has just happened, or maybe you're just winding down from a bad attitude, right? This class is for you. So you won't need any equipment, maybe a mat, but you don't even really need that. Otherwise, just meet me on the mat. Okay, so we're gonna start standing at the top of the mat. And you can even bring your feet just a teensy bit wider than your hips, right? And then just allow that, feel that, support of the ground, right? So really put a slight bend into your knees and then really ground down through the feet and let that, right, the strength of your feet into the ground lift you up a little bit taller, right? So sit up nice and tall. Maybe hands come through heart center or they could float down by your side. And then if it feels okay, close your eyes. Take a big breath in and then breath out. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in. And let it go. And then just find some quiet, some stillness. And notice if there are any kind of subtle movements in the body, right? When we find this stillness, when we close our eyes especially, we tend to find this kind of swaying motion in the body, right? Your body trying to find equilibrium. So just kind of notice if there is that subtle sway back and forth or side to side. And then we'll take another big breath in. Let it go. Then open your eyes for a moment. Right, I'm just going to face you so you can see me a little bit better. We're just going to find our standing cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms out to the side. And then exhale just to kind of settle the shoulders down. Now I want you to think cat-cow in the upper back. We're going to try to keep the pelvis stable. So we're not going to rock the pelvis forward and backwards. We're going to try to keep it nice and stable. Then on your next inhale, lift the heart, reach the arms back. And then on your exhale, round the spine, chin to the chest, reach the arms forward. And show you from the side. Inhale, open up, arms sweep back. And then exhale, reach the arms forward, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, open up. And then exhale, reach and round. This time, just inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, forward fold. So the knees bend as we fold down. The belly comes to rest on the thighs. And then just let the head drop. You could sway a little side to side or shake out the head. Take a big breath in, clearing breath out. Then inhale, flat back. Hands can come up to your shins or your thighs. Roll the shoulder blades back. Take a big breath in, and then breath out, fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead all the way to standing. Exhale, hands come to heart center. All right, so once again, we're going to take the feet a little bit wider than the hips, and we're going to find just this reach across the body. So put a slight bend in your knees. Inhale, sweep your right arm across the body. Let the right heel pivot off of the mat. And then come back through center. We'll inhale, sweep that left arm up. Exhale, back through center. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, back through center. Inhale, left arm reaches. Do it a few more times, moving with your breath. One more time, each direction. And then just come back through center. Bring the feet underneath the hips once more. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Then inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold back down. And then inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands come through heart center. All right, here we go. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Then we'll inhale, flat back. On your exhale, just step your feet back to downward facing dog. Send the hips up and back. The tailbone tilts up towards the ceiling. The knees can still be slightly bent. And then just take a big breath in. Let it go. One more big breath in. Breath out. Bring the knees down to the mat. And then just maybe kind of shift the hips a little bit side to side. You could kind of wag the tail a little bit, or you could find big shifts of the hips, right? Whatever feels good. No right or wrong. And then start to move into any spinal movement that feels good. So maybe you start with a cat-cow. Just inhale, let the belly drop and head come up. And then exhale to round the spine. But then feel free to add any other spinal movement or hip movement that feels good, right? And this is where maybe you close your eyes and you focus on what your body sensations are, right? What does your body feel like? What feels good? As opposed to if you're doing what I'm doing or the aesthetics of the pose, right? Just focus on what your body's kind of craving right now. One more breath cycle of whatever it is that feels good. And then just come back to a neutral spine. Okay, so from here, we're going to take that left leg and we're going to extend it out long to the side, to the left. Okay, everything else is basically the same. We've got that kind of three-part table, but that left leg is extended. So from here, brace into the hands, really press in, strong shoulders, maybe keep the right toes tucked under for more support, and then just see if you can lift that left leg up a bit and then lower it down. Let's just do that one more time, right? Lift it up, lower it down, just for a little bit of activation. Okay, so then from here, we're just going to start to shift the hips back towards that right heel and then come forward, right? So getting lots of movement in that left hip. So shifting back and rocking forward, and only go so far as feels good for you, right? So if you are experiencing any pain in that right knee or the left hip or anything like that, you certainly don't have to go that far, right? Just take an inch or two in either direction. If this feels okay and you want more, maybe untuck the right toes, send the hips back even further. You could even linger there for a moment, right? Really sending the hips back, keeping that left foot flat on the ground as best as you can. Right, so movement or finding somewhere to stretch for just one more big breath in. Breath out. And then from here, really, once again, brace into the hands, into that right knee. And we're just going to bring that left foot forward even more so it comes outside of the left fingertips. Okay, so from here, we're just going to find any variation of lizard that you would like. So you could always keep that knee, that right knee in, right? Or you could walk it back, right? Just different variations of the same pose. Okay, so then stay up on fingertips, take a big breath in, breath out. You can stay here the whole time. Or when the body starts to open up a little bit, maybe you lower down a bit. You could bring forearms down to the ground, or you could bring forearms down to blocks. But let the head hang. Let the eyes close. Take a big breath in. Breath out. So stay where you are. I'm just doing a little switcheroo on my mat so you can see me a little better for this next thing. But you're still just breathing and relaxing. Take one more big breath in. Breath out. Come up to fingertips if you're not there already. And then we're just gonna pivot that right foot so that it crosses behind that left leg a little bit. It doesn't have to go all the way back there, but we're just kind of pivoting it so that we can walk our hands away from that left foot, so off to the right. Maybe they even come off of the mat, right? Then from here, so your hands are down, right? We've got that big 90-degree angle in that left knee. Then all we're gonna do is we're gonna stick the bum back behind us a bit and see if we can bend the elbows. Right, so just a slightly different variation, yet again, of our lizard pose. Right, you can certainly walk the arms all the way out and bow the head. Take one more big breath in. Let it go. Come back through center, pivot that right foot back out long, and then just send that left foot back behind you. All right, we'll take just one cat-cow here. Inhale, belly drops, head comes up. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Then come back through neutral. Same, but different side. So we'll extend that right foot out to the right. See if you can bring the sole of the foot down onto the ground as much as you can. Then brace through the hands, right? Really press down, strong through the core. See if you can lift that right foot up just an inch or two, and then bring it back down. One more time, lift it up, bring it down, and then maybe those left toes are tucked under at least to start. We'll start to send the hips back towards that left heel, and then bring it back forward. Sending it back and bringing it forward, right? Remember your depth, so if you want to go further, you could untuck left toes, send the hips back even further. And maybe if it feels good, you stay there for a breath or two, right? You could send the hips all the way back, you could bow the head down. Or if movement feels good, then stick with the movement. Let's do one more breath cycle. And then just rise up all the way through center, brace with the hands, and then just slide that right foot forward even more, right? So get there however you gotta get there, no problem. Okay, then from here, you can stay up on fingertips the whole time. You can adjust the legs so that the left knee is back or forward, right? So whatever feels best for you today. And roll the shoulders back, take a big breath in. And then breath out, maybe you start to fold down a little bit further. But use any props, right? If you want to go run and grab a pillow, you could always bring that underneath of the elbows. And just breathing. Noticing what's going on in the body, noticing any sensations that are kind of coming up for you. And take a big breath in, let it go. Rise back up to your fingertips. If you are not there already, we're gonna just kind of pivot that left foot, right? So the left foot will kind of cross behind you, behind that right foot, across the mat. And then from here, just walk your hands out a little bit to the left, right? Stick your bum back behind you, reach the heart forward, take a big breath in. And then on your breath out, stay here or go to however far you would like to go in this pose, right? You could walk the hands out, bow the head down. And then work to calm the breath, right? This can be a very big pose, perhaps. So if it is, that is okay. Just focus on your breathing. Take one more big breath in. Let it go. Rise up, come back through center. We'll make our way to that tabletop position once more. Just bring that right knee back behind you. Maybe wag the tail or hips side to side for just a moment. And then we'll find our cobbler's pose. So we'll find a seat on our bum. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, and then bring your hands to your shins or to your feet or somewhere that you can kind of grab onto. Then from here, we'll inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, maybe folding down, right? Lead with the heart at first, but then when you get where you're going, you can let the head drop. And then if it feels good, bring right ear to right shoulder. And then left ear to left shoulder. And you can go side to side with that neck stretch, or just find stillness in the center. And take a big breath in. Let it go. And rise back up. Extend the legs out long on your mat. And just lower onto your back. Then from here, plant your feet about hip distance apart. Your feet are walked in towards your bum a bit. And then hands come by your side. On your inhale, press through your feet, lift your hips up. And use your exhale to come right back down. Let's do that one more time. A nice long inhale lifts the tailbone up. A nice long exhale lowers the spine back down. Then just hug the knees into the chest, rock a little side to side. Then bring both of your big toes down to touch, and then just let your knees fall to the right. You can even shift onto the right hip a little bit more, right? It doesn't have to be a big twist. You don't really have to adjust the legs, right? Adjust to what feels comfortable for you. And then inhale back through center. Just have the tippy toes on the ground perhaps. And then we'll just let the knees fall to the left, shift to the left hip. Right, try to keep that right shoulder down. The eyes are closed perhaps. And just focusing on your inhale and your exhale. The rise and fall of your belly. And then inhale, come back through center. Happy baby pose. So draw the knees out towards your armpits and then reach for the outer edges of your feet or your ankles or grab onto your shins. Right, then just pulling the legs wide. Flexing the feet. Take a big breath in. Breath out. You can rock a little side to side if that feels good. And then take one more big breath in. Let it go. Release the feet, Shavasana pose. So just kind of notice how the body lands on the mat. See if you can get really heavy here. See if you can let it go even more. And then feel free to stay here as long as you would like. But for now, this is where I leave you. So take one more big breath in. Breath out. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day or evening. Namaste.